tried to go under the semi-trailer or what?
You know, and it's not, this morning when I went to work, it wasn't like there was ice there, so I don't know if that would have been a factor.
I was prepared by the time I came to the work.
Their departments are good, they get those people right out there.
Get them in and out.
Yeah. Give them the hospital, let them people do.
Jim handed me back the packet. There's those 2 extra sheets in there, so he'll be looking for them soon. Ready, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, let's bring the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I know seating's a little tight tonight, folks, so just try and make room wherever you can. Welcome, Terry. Do we have anything to add to the agenda? Did we need to get our minutes approved for the last,
I was gonna get them approved on the 24th meeting, but
okay.
I guess
We don't have any continuation of our meeting, of our minutes into this meeting, our last meeting into this meeting,
No.
I should say. Okay.
I'll have them on the agenda on the 24th.
Okay. Agenda this evening? Anybody have any additions or corrections to the agenda? If not, we'll be looking for a motion to have that approved.
I'll make the motion to approve it.
Motion on the floor by John to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Second by Mike. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried unanimously. First item we have is Matt, and that is our 2014 election canvas report.
Yeah, we actually had an amazing turnout here this year for the 2014 elections. 75.97% voter turnout, which is very, very good.
For the midterm,
Yeah, we had it right around, it was 58 or 60% for the primary, so I knew that this was going to be a pretty big election. We actually had 494 people physically vote. Ballots counted through the electronic ballot machine, and we had 56 people in the city vote absentee. So it was a really, really good turnout. Pulled all the results for the positions that were up for election. And kind of just go through this here. Number of persons registered as of 7 a.m., 724 people. Number of persons registered on election day was 54. Number of accepted regular, military, and overseas absentee ballots and mail ballots was 56. So that brings the total number of persons voting up to 550. So we had for a 2-year term for mayor, 2 candidates, Toby Egan, Dennis Callhammer. Toby receiving 331 votes, Dennis Callhammer receiving 200 votes, with a total of 2 write-in votes. We had the 2 council member positions up as well for a 4-year term. We had in the lead Stephanie Fighton, 276 votes. Mike Menden, 260 votes. Rick Shabluski, 217. And Mark Jawinski, Javinski, 207, I'm sorry, Mark. And 2 write-ins as well. And for the position of city treasurer, Linda Shabluski, 463 votes, with 5 write-ins.
Good job, Linda.
And like I had said, the number of persons registered was 724. The total number of persons that voted were 550, including absentees.
What percentage did you say that?
The total voter turnout was 75.97%. So on that note, I guess we would be looking at,
Approving the election?
yep, approving the election results and then ultimately duly electing those candidates. So they can, that term would start on the first of the fall, on this year.
Right, they actually get sworn in on the
Sworn
first.
in on the first.
I'll make a motion that we approve the canvassing results.
There's a motion on the floor by Donnie, can we get a second?
Go ahead.
I'll second that.
Second by Mike, all those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried unanimously. I'd just like to say that Matt, for his first year as clerk, did one heck of a job, looking into this and putting everything together, and outstanding job, Matt.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And actually, I don't think we ever had a nice report like that before.
I have to thank Scott on that one too, I know, well, and Joyce over at the county auditor's office, and anytime I've ever had a question, she's there to answer, and it's not overwhelming the first election here, but you spin the tires quite a bit. So, like riding a bike, let's do it once, hopefully get paid. So,
Very good, good job, Matt. Next we have to set our truth and taxation meeting. Scott, did you hear anything from the county?
We just have to set our final budget meeting.
Okay, that's our final levy amount.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So if we just hold a public hearing before our next meeting, and we have one meeting on the 24th
Do
before.
we have to set a public hearing?
I
We
guess.
did not go up.
No, we did not
We've
change
already
it.
had our public hearing, right? We've already
Yes.
had one. I think
just-
that's the only one we
Okay.
need to do.
So if we don't have to, then yes, I'll put it on the agenda then for the 24th.
Okay,
I was under the understanding that we had to have an official meeting, but.
I
we
don't
It's
think
good.
we did. I think we
Okay.
have to have a public hearing, and I think we've already had that.
We already
when set
covered
our
that, and we're not
preliminaries.
changing anything.
Yep,
so-
we can't go up anymore, so I don't believe we have to have another public hearing.
Correct.
But you could check and find out
Okay,
at the county for sure, but I think all we need to do right now is approve the levy amount.
and we can do that on the meeting on the 24th.
Okay, that's okay with the county to get it in then?
We actually
do
have
they
to
need
have
it?
it in by
It's usually December, right?
Usually middle of,
December.
yeah.
First part of December, something like that. Okay.
So by the 24th, and by the time we get everything
Okay,
sent over, so that we have a couple weeks.
sounds good, Scott. Next thing we have is our snow removal proposal, and I do believe that is with Dave Sayre. Mike, you wanna kinda touch on that, being on Public Works Committee?
Well, there's a couple different things here. We always have to have a backup with the Minnesota Department of Transportation also. So, actually, Bobby asked for quotes for snow removal, and Dave Sayre was the only one that responded really to it, so. Dave has done it for many years. He did go up a little bit, the price of fuel. So a loader is $110 an hour. A loader with the pusher and snow or truck, $120 an hour with personnel. Dump truck is $90 an hour, a blade or a plow pickup truck, $100 an hour. I did touch base with Bobby this morning. We did remove snow last night. And I have a concern already, if this is gonna be a long winter, where are we gonna put snow if it's starting already? But the first right of refusal on Tom Schmoody's lot out there, it's still our lot. We will utilize that lot, so that will help, and hopefully
So
we'll.
we've always done in the past.
Just like last night, and I wasn't here when the snow hit, but I guess you guys had about a foot or just a shake under. 50 dump truck loads come off of Main Street last night.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea of, and that's, it can be smaller if a smaller amount of snow, but, so, it takes quite a bit, and,
Yep.
so anyway, I guess we should approve Dave, and then we have to also, do this backup plan with the DOT, and that's, if we break down or they break down, that we help each other out and back and forth, and so. I would say we probably make,
The first
I
one we
would-
have is you wanna just go with Dave's estimate
let's go
first?
with Dave, I'll make a motion that we, contract with Sarah Backhoe for the quote for snow removal for this winter.
I'll second that.
Motion on the floor by Mike and second by Donnie. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried unanimously. Next one is actually is this the DOT contract?
Well,
or-
yes, and it's also in there is what they reimburse us.
And how
a
they go about-
percentage,
And how they do it and everything.
yes,
Yeah.
on, for us removing the snow off of Main Street or off of Highway 25 is what's considered with them. So they do pay a portion of this. And, what's the percentage? They didn't write it in here,
I
did
don't know
they?
that offhand.
Yeah,
Bob
it doesn't really
knows
go
it,
off
but
of
it's,
percentage, yeah.
they pick up about 2/3 to 3/4 of it, somewhere in there, and then we actually pick up the rest. We also have the availability at that point too, to remove it when we, when the state was running it, well, it might be 5-6 days before, after the snowfall.
We're pretty
Bob
lucky
works
to
really
get
well
this
with
back.
Dave, and we try to have Dave's guys get some rest too. I mean, they go, everybody that deals with snow, so they do a good job, they got it out last night, so. But I would make a motion that we approve this with the DOT, snow
And that
season,
is, yeah, that's just, looks like their agreement.
snow
And,
removal.
You all guys all have a chance to take a look at that, any questions or anything? Okay, there's a motion on the floor by Mike to approve it. Get a second.
I'd second that.
Second by Matt, all those in favor, please signify by stating aye. Aye, opposed, carried unanimously. Next item we have is our 2 AM liquor license renewal for the Brickyard Bar and Banquet Hall. We started a couple of years ago, giving Donnie a 2 AM license to compete with some of the, or at least one of the more local establishments. Any questions on that? Yep, I see that.
So he pays $300 just for the 2 AM, and then there's another fee for his regular.
Yeah,
So this is
yeah,
above
2 AM's
and
above
Yeah.
and beyond.
Yeah. And, like I said, like you said before earlier, Eric's not here. Eric hasn't mentioned, I mean, do we have,
Eric hasn't,
we don't have any extra expenses as a city, I mean, or a lot of calls there after 1 AM.
I don't know if it's necessarily after 1 AM. I mean, I know there's
Yeah.
calls that go there
Yeah.
typically around that 10-11 o'clock time.
We can get them at any bar at that.
Yeah, yeah, so after 1 o'clock, I don't have that information. But Donnie has approached me twice with this now. It is due by the 1st of December. So I guess I haven't really been here long enough either to witness what goes on there either. I really don't go there that often or anything, so.
Well, I know there's
I
been
don't
some
know.
issues there after one, and, guess, you know, I know Eric's been working with him, you know, to try and figure out, and take care of some of the issues. It sounds like it's not kind of in the bar issues, it's more out of bar, things. And, I know Eric has been working with those folks. The last time I talked to Eric about it, he had, which was probably a month ago, he said he wasn't having any issues. He said the owners were very receptive to the suggestions he had and things of that nature, so as far as I know right now, everything seems to be all right.
Would you guys feel comfortable if you, for example, if you approve it upon written approval from Eric? Or something like that, or is that not necessary?
I don't know that it's necessary. I think if Eric was having, you know, continuing problems there, he would have said something to me about it, being some on the police commission.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything, so,
Yeah.
or at least he hasn't mentioned it.
They need to, yeah, I think what, we can do is approve it, also on, I don't know if the police chief has to actually sign that 2 AM or not. I believe he does.
It doesn't state, it just calls for the city clerk,
Mhm.
actually,
Yeah.
or county
Okay.
auditor. I was expecting the mayor, city clerk, and police chief, as all the other licenses are. I don't know why this
Yeah.
would be treated differently, but
Apparently it is.
yeah, it is different, so I guess I don't have an answer for that.
Do you know
There's
that,
a
Scott,
lot.
and maybe you don't have the answer, I don't clearly, because I'm asking, but if a bar or an institution does have a 2 AM license, can that 2 AM license be revoked at any point without revoking the entire liquor license?
Sure.
Once it's renewed?
Yeah, cause this is a separate license.
Okay, so it's a
Yeah.
separate licensing, okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with a bar establishment in the city having a 2 o'clock license. The issues that I would have would be things that are overflowing after the bar, maybe onto the sidewalks or in the streets or afterwards like that.
Right.
But as a business owner too, where do you draw the line? As soon as somebody's out of your establishment, how do you control what goes on down the block, 2 blocks down?
Well, you don't.
Maybe
but-
getting-
But
you
that's
don't,
part of
but
being
you
a
have-
bar owner.
I
how much you're
understand.
serving
Take that
somebody.
responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't take the
So give them the last
responsibility.
4
yeah.
years, maybe not.
Exactly. Yeah, it goes along with the territory.
I mean, I know, I understand, I mean, as a business owner too, there's a lot of revenue that comes in from between those hours, there
Yeah.
really is,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
being a sole 2 AM license, but.
It seems like I said, Donnie's always been, you know, pretty decent to work with if you ever
Yeah.
have any issues or anything like that too. I know he tries very hard to keep his establishment running as smooth as he can, so.
Well, I would make a motion that we grant the 2 AM license for the Brickyard Bar and Banquet Hall.
Motion on the floor by Mike,
I'd second that.
second by Matt. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried unanimously. Next we have sale approval of a 11-foot moldboard.
Not 12 foot, I was told, only 11 foot.
Terry, that moldboard is plow, I guess.
It's not part of the front.
It's part of the.
Not a tractor, it's part of
That's a
the
part of
snow.
November.
And Mike, you wanna just kinda touch on?
Bob touched base with me today. What it is, it's off our old snowplow truck that went, it was an extra. And, it didn't go with it for some reason. We thought it was gonna work as a backup on the new plow, and it doesn't, the mounting is different, so. It's just the plow part. There's no mounting brackets with, I mean,
Just the
it-
blade.
so I mean, whoever bought our last couple snowplow trucks, it probably would work on them, or anybody else driving by. Bob wants permission to put it up by the fence.
With a for sale sign
With
on
a
it?
for sale sign on, and between Scott and they will field it. And, Bob said plain and simple, it's worth about $150 scrap iron. And he said,
So we want to get more than that for the plow then.
yeah,
Cause
right,
otherwise that's turned it in for scrap.
right.
Yeah,
So-
Make extra, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like Bob said, he said, anybody that's really needing it, it's worth $200-300 to them, you know, so.
Okay. So I need a motion to set the plow for sale up at the Public Works garage.
I'd make a motion to go ahead.
Also want, Bob and I talked also maybe put it in the record. Is that an option?
Yep.
Certainly. Just put it, I mean, it'll be,
Certainly.
yeah, okay.
Some it'll make it front page 8x8.
It'll go in the record as well. Bob was gonna get a write-up from me.
I'll
Okay,
second that
Pierz,
motion.
motion on the floor and seconded by Donnie. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried unanimously. Terry, what kind of deal can you give us on that?
Full color, by the way, too.
Yeah. So maybe we don't want color, it's not better shape. Any building permits, Donnie?
Yes, we have one for Lippy Veterinary Services.
Who's Jamie got going?
Jamie's going to be adding, that's the picture of it. He's gonna be adding,
All signed.
a sign to it. The sign that's there, that post is gonna be used and then would be one post and then the next post is just gonna be right alongside of it, so.
Okay.
Froggy Signs is doing it. Froggy's done most of them in Pierz.
No issues with
No.
obstruction of view or anything
No.
like that? Okay.
No, it's actually most of the way into his parking lot.
Okay, is he gonna have it that high up?
It's gonna be higher.
Higher?
I think it's gonna be a little higher, it's 72 inches and 120 inches. total.
Structure size,
Oh,
16
10.
feet high,
16?
10 feet wide, 18 inches deep.
6 by 6, quarter-inch steel tubing. Okay, so we can't take a look at that.
I don't know, Bob, how much taller than the existing sign?
Probably 4 feet.
4 feet
Yeah,
taller?
at the
Maybe
most.
at most 3 feet.
Okay.
It needs to be cleaned up, if you looked at that sign lately, it
Yeah.
Yeah.
needs an overhaul.
Well, that's actually what we like to see. People taking care of their
Yeah.
properties and making it look nice.
Yeah, I'd make a motion to approve Licky's veterinary service building permit for taller sign.
Motion on the floor by Matt,
I'll second that.
second by Donnie. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried unanimously. You got some bills to pay, Linda and Scott?
Yeah, we included the claim, yeah, I wanna send the claims off, I didn't wanna wait until the 24th, the financial, information will be on the 24th, but as far as just the claims, I wanted to bring them forward so we can get the checks sent out.
Our claims are at a total of $83,745.57.
Actually, about almost half of what they've been for a while, so we're doing pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I was gonna say that number two.
It's usually around that 150 mark.
Yeah, a lot of that is due to electrical,
And
which we end up getting back, unfortunately.
Yeah, and summers, projects and stuff are slowing down now. So,
Can we get a motion on the floor to approve claims?
I'd make that motion, pay the bills.
Motion on the floor by Mike,
I'd second that.
second by Matt. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried unanimously. Anybody else?
No
have any needs?
CDs, or anything?
We do, but that's coming down the next.
Next meeting.
the next
He wants to sign the back of this one, pass it on.
Sure, if you wanna, yeah, that's fine.
Anybody else have anything? If not, I guess we'll.
Motion.
Wait.
Oh, sorry,
She
Linda.
wants to
Wait,
talk.
wait.
Now she wants to
Actually,
talk.
that CD is up for renewal on the 18th, and it's gonna be an auto renew with F&M Bank at 0.9, it's an electric fund
Okay.
CD. And I called Unity, and they were at 0.15 to renew.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just stick with that then. And the dollar amount, it's $192,114.41, renewing for 12 months.
You guys want to have that approved, or that should be an agenda item, I would imagine, for?
Well, it's gonna be after the fact at our next meeting, so we should really approve it now.
Right,
maybe.
that's what I was thinking, I'm like, oh shoot,
Yeah.
it's the 18th. so.
Okay. Okay.
I'd make a motion that we renew that CD on the 18th.
I'll second
Motion on
that.
the floor by Mike and second by Donnie. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried unanimously. Thanks for keeping up on that stuff, Linda. Anybody else?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
There's a motion on the floor by
I'll
Donnie to
second it.
adjourn and second by Mike. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried unanimously. Thank you all very much.
Signature, I suppose.
Yeah.
On the claims.
And I'm gonna need you guys to sign.
Yeah, I got that filled out right here already.
Everybody has to sign that canvassing report.
Really?
Yep.